What's good, my tribe? Welcome back. This is day 16 of the 90-day YouTube challenge. And today's a Monday. And as I said in one of the earlier videos in this challenge, according to the alchemical week, Monday is associated with the moon. That's why it's Monday, Moon Day. And it's associated with our psyche, our subconscious mind, our emotions, that which is below the surface. And so today is a good day, I think, to share one of my techniques for getting in communication with the subconscious mind and building your intuition. And this practice is what I like to call chaos control, is sort of one name that I've came up with it. And I got that name from an old game I used to play when I was a little kid called Sonic the Hedgehog. I think it was Sonic Adventure. And this was on a Sega Dreamcast, which is like this old gaming console. And in that game, the rival, who I really liked for some reason, was named Shadow. And he had this ability called Chaos Control, where he would be able to kind of control time and space using this Chaos Emerald, or this crystal. And what this practice is sort of, my own variation or take on Carl Jung's practice of active imagination. And many of you are probably familiar with Carl Jung, this famous psychologist who worked a lot with alchemy. And the way that he interpreted alchemy was in this sort of psychological lens. He thought the aim of this process of alchemy was really to individuate oneself from the world, to find their true self, their essence. And there's many different types of alchemy. According to Carl Jung, it was a psychological process. And one of the main, most important parts of this process of individuation was shadow work. And so this idea of shadow work is working with the unconscious or the subconscious mind, that which is in the shadows, that which is not in the light, which we are unaware of. And so this could be our fears, our habits that are sort of detrimental to us. It could also be our potential. It could be our strength and our power, depending on where we are at in our psychological journey. It's just that which we are unaware of. And one of the process or the techniques and practices that he suggests to do in order to, shine light on the shadow or to see what is hiding in your subconscious mind is this practice of active imagination. And so this whole idea of shadow work and chaos control, this is why I thought it was a perfect sort of name for it, as when I first heard about this practice, my mind instantly went back to my childhood and brought back this chaos control. So what it does, or the way you do it, is you close your eyes and you just allow your mind to kind of flow freely. And you pay attention to any spontaneous images that want to present themselves in your mind. And so you basically want to try to take an observer or a witness perspective. You don't want to analyze too much about what you're seeing, but just allow yourself to go into a receptive state and allow whatever these spontaneous images that are in your subconscious mind to kind of float to the surface. And because this is a pretty difficult practice, it does take some time to kind of build a relationship with the subconscious. So, it might take a little bit of effort or skill in letting go, actually. So maybe it's effortlessness is a more proper way to kind of describe it. It's because you're letting go of the conscious control of that left hemisphere brain that always wants to analyze everything and kind of identify everything. And a little I guess, trick that I came up with, because, visualization has always been sort of, it hasn't been my strong place. I've always had trouble visualizing very clearly. But being a music producer and being really in love with music, another way that I have found to kind of connect with this type of practice is to say whatever spontaneous words come to your mind. And so, yeah, you want to do this in a place where you're alone, you won't be disturbed, and people won't, think you're just crazy, because it will sound like you're just, spewing nonsense, and it's not going to make sense. But that's the point. You want to kind of bypass the conscious mind, and you want to let go of all analyzing, all sense of control, and just see what kind of pops up into the surface. So, a little example, for instance, leaves all around me on top of a mountain with a fox flowing forward, flowing down a river with this crystal clear lake, spontaneous clouds floating through the sky, feeling like I need to release, let go. So I observe the clouds kind of move to the side, and I feel good, I feel supported, I feel relaxed, and in this moment, kind of nervous and conscientious for exposing whatever is flowing into my mind. So stuff like that, and it doesn't even need to make that much sense, but you just allow yourself to kind of just spontaneously spew whatever comes to your mind. And as you do that, you start to, the more that you're able to do that, let go, and then also kind of hold this witness mode, sometimes you'll notice the things that want to flow through are either things that you haven't, been, consciously addressing. Maybe it's stuff that you've been repressing, or what I've found in doing this practice a few times is sometimes there are little hints and cues of something that may pop up in your life in the future. And this is a pretty interesting way to kind of develop your intuition, your intuitive abilities, because, once you've kind of bypassed, or once you've really connected with the subconscious mind, you start to take in information and data that's in the collective and that's in your environment. So yeah, who knows, like you might start saying things like certain cars, or you might randomly say something about like a friend, and then they'll start to call you, or stuff like that. These just random little hints. So this is just a little practice that I suggest that you try. Maybe try it with the images in your mind, just kind of spontaneously observe whatever images want to pop up. Or like I just did, just start talking and allowing whatever words want to come out of your mouth to kind of just express themselves, while also holding this witness mind and being able to go back afterwards to analyze what you've said. But don't analyze in the moment. So yeah, just a little practice called chaos control that I offer to you all. So yeah, I hope you enjoy that. I thank you all for joining me again and listening. With love and light, I hope you're well. May peace be with you.